Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. I am so sorry I had to. Hi, Vernus, how are you? I had to actually go and completely delete Streamlabs and download it again. It just kept showing me that I was connecting. Just kept saying connecting, and I couldn't see what was going on. How was your day, Vernus? You still painting your house? Can you see me okay and hear me okay? Okay. Oh, hi, White Tupac. How are you? Can you see me and hear me okay? I'm okay, a little sore, but good. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. So nice of you to join us again tonight. I really appreciate it. I apologize for being late. I kept having difficulties with my Streamlabs to the point where I actually had to go in and delete it completely and to reload it. So I don't know what was going on with that, but hopefully it's working pretty good now. I think I'm going to do another giveaway tonight. I had some people come in earlier, and I guess they got cut off when we were having the technical difficulties. I have quite a few number of characters in the story tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wait another 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I feel your time is just as valuable as anybody else. Hi, Scratching Queen. How are you? I was having technical difficulties with this Streamlab. I had to eventually shut it down, delete it out of, I should say, and then reinstall the app. I could not believe that. That's what was going on all that time. It took me that much time to get that straightened out. I'm glad you came back, Scratching Queen. I saw where you were there earlier, and I initially didn't see you, which is why I didn't respond. Hang on 1 second, guys. Hang on 1 second. I am so sorry, guys. This thing got me. There we go. I'm sorry. This thing got me so discombobulated right now. I'm sitting here looking at the daggone screen and don't even realize I'm looking at everything but you all. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. So sorry. Yeah, I'm not that crazy about it either, but for some reason I was trying to get the one you have. I think you said you got StreamYard or something like that. But I went in earlier today and I didn't see it in the Apple store. My phone's an Apple and I didn't see it in the Apple store. So I don't know if they don't have it or what. But what I was saying, Scratching Queen, was at first, initially, when you came in and spoke to me, I didn't see you. And then when I came back, hi Gigi, how are you? You didn't miss anything because I had a whole lot of technical issues going on here. And I just got back in, and I'm so grateful that people decided to come back by. But Scratching Queen, I thought I had lost you, and I said, oh man, she gonna miss a treat tonight. But I'm so glad you made it back in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I was getting a little panicky because I was like, oh my God, I have my story ready and I lost my audience because of this stupid Streamlab thingy. But it looks like we're right back on track. So since we're already kind of off schedule a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You laughing at me. Oh, is that what the problem is, Gigi? Stream Labs is for the laptop? But I've been able to use mine all along. This is the first time I've had this kind of problem to this degree. Hi, Vernis. Yeah, I saw that a whole lot of people were on a live there. Vernis says she was waiting. Hi, 50 plus. So glad you could stop by to see us tonight. Yeah, I saw several people had lives going, so I guess that kind of worked in my favor, that it gave you all time to, you know, transfer from one to the next. But I'm not gonna prolong it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. But I do want to do another giveaway. Vernon says I had to shut down today on Streamlabs. Yeah, that's what I was on last night when I got cut off. I was on Streamlabs. But I do want to do another giveaway tonight because I have a lot of characters again in the story. Vernis, you can't participate because you already won a giveaway. Scratching Queen, you can't participate because you already won a giveaway. So I want to give some of the other people, Gigi, who we have Gigi here. We have, who else? 50 plus. We got White Tupac. So I want to give someone else a chance to do a giveaway. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the story, and then I'll go ahead and let you all go ahead and do that. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Darealbreezetv. Asuncion. And you all don't kill me if I butcher these names. Some of these names are tough for me. Look at Vernon talking about, oh man. Okay, what happened, Vernon? I guess you say you can share your book with a friend. Is that it? Is that why you're frowning that you don't get to participate? So a lot of these names are so difficult for me, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Darealbreezetv Asuncion, who was a proud mixed child. She lived in Saolyartstudio near Teresa Plus 5 TV. Primping ain't easy, TV, Darealbreezetv thought, as she looked into the mirror thinking, she rocks. Mama always taught me to be unique, so I don't keep up with what's trending with Kaysibo, my friend, you see. But whenever Darealbreezetv went out, she wore a sear red riding cloak. So everyone in the village called her Mama Roslo. After all, she was an ultra go-getter, and her favorite color was red. One morning, Darealbreezetv Asuncion asked her mother if she could go to visit Scratching Queen. since she hadn't seen her in a while. That's a good idea, her mother said, because I need some NL Dream scratch cards. Dorothy said, it's a long journey, Mother, but at least I get to see some beautiful gardening done by Simply Beautiful Landscaping Services on the way. What am I going to eat? Dorothy asked. Mom said, don't worry, I got you. You got me, Dorothy said. Yes, I got some leftovers from Jane's Kitchen TV, Sugamamaeats, and Pull My Pork Barbecue, you see. You can heat them up when you get to the Queen's house. Oh boy, what a treat, Dorothy said. Mom, would you also throw me some hot sauce in the basket? It will go great with those leftovers, especially the pulled pork. Mom said, now you're acting like hot sauce junkie Tim. Oh, Mom, it's just flavor, Dorothy replied. Nonetheless, don't forget to heat up your food when you get there. The Queen doesn't mind. She's simply a sweetheart. So they packed those leftovers for Dorothy to take with her to SCRATCHINQUEEN's house. When the lunch was packed, Dorothy put on her red cloak and kissed her mom goodbye. I should take the journey walk alongside me, so you don't have to go alone. But I've got too many house chores to complete. Yes, I know. It's that time. I should let you go, said Mom. Hey, by the way, I heard William was headed your way. I'm not a little girl, Dorothy would say each time Mom seemed overly protective. Remember, go straight to SCRATCHINQUEEN's house, her mother cautioned. Don't dawdle along the way, and please don't talk to strangers. And keep up with William Seraphine, because the woods are PK strange and very dangerous. Don't worry, Mommy, she said. I'll be careful. Dorothy just loved her mother because she was a Proverbs 31 woman who did things God's way, because she knows God is in control. That's why Mom goes to Pastor Kim's corner daily to pray for her and Dorothy and to break those barriers daily. Dorothy would laugh each time Mom would sit around with her friends and say, God is coming. Her, Miss Msteryosaperonakikita, Lisa Mack, and Sonny T were always praying because they felt as though God was the solution to everything. They'd always pray for peace, love, and hope. They felt the Smith bunch down the street was the worst kids on the block. They would have their war-faced YT on, wreaking havoc through the neighborhood. Nonetheless, when Dorothy noticed some lovely flowers along the way by Simply Beautiful Landscaping Services, she forgot about her promise to her mother and William. Instead, she acted like the coat collector and started picking a few flowers down where canjuana grows. And then she watched the butterflies flirt about for a while. She was keeping up with Sienna, the butterfly, and listening to the frogs croaking, but she stopped to watch the bluegill and bass jumping up out of the water in a nearby lake. where she saw Jolo fishing, wearing swag, saltwater action gear. She took another minute tour where Darealbreezetv was blowing to pick just a few more flowers. Dorothy was enjoying the warm summer day so much that she didn't notice a dark shadow approaching out of the forest behind her. Suddenly, Ellie Wolf 677 appeared beside her. "What are you doing out here, little buster?" the Ellie Wolf 677 asked in a voice as friendly as he could muster. "I'm on my way to see Scratching Queen, who lives through the forest near the brook," she replied. Then she realized how late she was, and quickly excused herself, rushing down the path to Scratching Queen's house. Ellie Wolf 677, in the meantime, took a shortcut. Ellie Wolf 677, a little out of breath from running, arrived at Scratching Queen's house and knocked lightly at the door. "Oh, thank goodness, dear. Come in, come in. I was worried sick that something had happened to you in the forest," said Scratching Queen, thinking that the knock was Dorothy. Eli Wolf 677 let himself in. Poor Scratching Queen backed up and then pulled out her blade. After all, she was a knife collector, but didn't have time to react quick enough. So Eli Wolf 677 gobbled her up. Eli 677 let out a satisfied burp and then poked through Scratching Queen's wardrobe in Verna's junk closet to find a nightgown that he liked. Just in time primping, he added a frilly sleeping cap and for good measure dabbed some of Scratching Queen's perfume behind his MD Scratch Jedi ears before Dorothy arrived. A few minutes later, Dorothy knocked on the door. Eli Wolf 677 jumped into bed and pulled the covers over his head for a minute. "Who is it?" in a crackly voice he called as he lowered the covers to his nose. "It's me, Dorothy Asuncion, aka Mama Rosalo. Oh, how lovely. Do come in, my dear," croaked Eli Wolf 677. When Dorothy entered the Kong Kong cottage, she could scarcely recognize Scratching Queen. "Your voice sounds so odd. Is something the matter?" she asked. "No, Dee. I'm just trying to keep it light and love." "Oh, I just have a touch of a cold," squeaked Eli Wolf 677, adding a cough at the end to prove his point. "But Scratching Queen, what big ears you have," said Dorothy as she edged closer to the bed. "The better to hear you with, my dear," replied Eli Wolf 677. "But Scratching Queen, what big eyes you have," said Dorothy. "The better to see you with, my dear," replied Eli Wolf 677. "But Scratching Queen, what big teeth you have," said Dorothy, her voice quivering slightly. the better to eat you with, my dear, roared Eli Wolf. So sue me, he said. And he leaped out of the bed and began to chase Dorothy around the room. Almost too late, Dorothy realized that the person in the bed was not Scratching Queen, but a hungry Eli Wolf 677. She ran across the room and through the door, shouting, "Help! It's Eli Wolf 677," as loudly as she could. The Huntress of the Unknown, who was just living with George and Womb, was chopping logs nearby, heard her cry, and ran toward Scratching Queen's house in a twinkling of an eye. Grabbed Eli Wolf 677 and made him spit out the poor Scratching Queen, who was a bit frazzled by the whole experience, but still in one piece. "Oh, Scratching Queen, I was so scared," sobbed Dorothy. "I'll never speak to strangers or dawdle in the forest again." There, Dee. You've learned an important lesson. Thank goodness you shouted loud enough for the Huntress of the Unknown to hear you, so we are still alive in Goshen. The Huntress of the Unknown knocked out the Eli Wolf 677 and carried him deep into the forest, where he wouldn't bother people any longer. Dorothy and Scratching Queen had a nice lunch and a long chat as she packed Dorothy's mother's NL Dream scratch cards into Dorothy's basket. And unfortunately, that concludes our story time for the night. Our story. I wish that story had gone a little longer. I was enjoying that myself. I wanted to tell Scratching Queen, you loved it, Scratching Queen? I'm glad you loved it. And I was trying to answer your question last night when my phone cut out on me. You were asking about the characters in the story and me using their names. Thank you. Vernon said it was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Vernon, I think that's like, what, twice you got to hear your name in a story? But what I was saying, Scratching Queen, is because we watch everybody's videos, a lot of times we're trying to watch the smallest video that we can so we can get through the process. So a lot of times the smallest videos are like the intros and then those shout outs where someone's saying, you know, I'm shouting out, sending a shout out to my friend Vernon's Junk Closet, you know, go check her out or whatever, and they'll just call out multiple YouTubers. 50 says, Scratching Queen, now you have a reason to smile for the rest of the night. Gigi says, thanks so much for sharing, sis. You are so creative. Thank you. So what happens is, that's how I came about with the shout outs of the characters' names. Scratching Queen says, yes, I did. Okay. Because I was able to put the names in the story and use them as a person, place, or thing. So I'm telling a story, but at the same time, I'm shouting people out. Fern says, yes, twice I love. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. So Scratching Queen, that's where the inspiration came for me to put the characters' names, YouTubers, as the characters in the story, so that I can tell the story, but at the same time, shout out people's channels. The unfortunate part, well, it's kind of unfortunate, but not unfortunate. The unfortunate part is characters won't know that their name was shouted out unless they came into story time or happened to go back and do one of the replays and see the other stories, or unless somebody may say, hey, you know, I was in story time and they shouted out your name. So that's an unfortunate thing for them. The fortunate thing is you never know what character is going to be used or when they're going to be used. And it's exciting to me on the night of story time to actually have someone who's in the story show up to the story time. And so tonight, Scratching Queen, And I honestly will tell you, she did not know her name was going to be called tonight. And neither did I until I started on the story. And it was so good to see her come in so she can hear her shout out. It was good to see Vernis was back again. Vernis been here probably like all 5 or 6 nights. So it was good to see her back again. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Scratching Queen says, yes, I love the idea. And so, who else was it? Last night we had Wolfman Gaming, who had been there 3 nights or so in a row. And last night he was having a kind of rough night. And so it kind of uplifted his night when he was a character in the story and he actually got to hear his shout out. And Shawani's Creative Circle was also here last night, and she was a character in the story last night. She got to hear her shout out. I think Scratching Queen is the only, Scratching Queen and Vernis, I believe. Yeah, they're the only 2 tonight whose name was in the story. But yeah, so it's exciting to me when I have you all show up and your names on the story. 50 plus, you were in one of my stories. In fact, I think you were in like the 2nd story, but you'll have to go back and look at the replay, you and Rico. So you would have to go back and look at the replay for the story to hear your shout out. But I'm glad you all enjoyed the story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask each of you to put a number in the screen. You don't have to put multiple numbers, just one number, because I want you to guess a number from, give me 1 second. Okay, I need you to put in a number from 1 to 60. So each of you put a number in from 1 to 60, and whomever gets that number or come closest to it, you'll win one of my books. And this is my book that I will be reading eventually at story time. It's called My Struggle in Broken Pieces, A Healing for My Soul. And Vernis has already won a book. Scratching Queen has already won a book. And somebody else, I got it written down somewhere. And I'm going to give out one more tonight. And so whomever gets the number, comes closest to the number, they will win a book tonight. Okay, 50 plus says 51. So Gigi needs to put her number in. White Tupac needs to put a number in. And who else? Okay, so it looks like 50 plus and the White Tupac are the two that needs to put a number in. Anybody else, if I overlooked, that needs to put one in, they need to go ahead. But it looked like those are the only two. And Gigi, what's your number, Gigi? 50 says 51, and Vernice couldn't do it again because she has a book coming. Scratching Queen has a book coming. So White, Tupac, Gigi, and 50 Cent. Well, it looks like maybe White, Tupac, and Gigi may have stepped away. So it looks like 50 plus is the winner of the book tonight. And by the way, 50, I just want to let you know that even if those two had put a number in, if their number would have been lower than yours, you would have still been the winner. So, because it was about 50, I think I counted about 54 characters. And you were very, very close when you said 51. So even if, so let's give a hands up, a hand clap for 50 plus. He's the winner of our book. 50, I'm going to also, because what I was initially going to do was to get you guys address and mail the book directly to your houses. But Vernice brought something to my attention that I had a brain fart. I get a lot of those lately. That she wanted hers autographed. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have the book shipped to me, autograph it, and then ship it to you. So you all will be getting a book autographed and congratulations. Gigi, you missed the drawing, Gigi. And I'll have the books shipped out to you all, and I will autograph them. But I do need to get you all's, in addition to your mailing addresses, I need to get your email addresses. Because I want to make sure when I order the book, I use your email addresses. Because if you don't order the book and use your email addresses, then Amazon will not allow you to go in and make your comment and rate the book. And I would love people's feedback. You know, so because they do verify if these are legitimate purchases before they will let you go ahead and rate the product. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 stars or whatever. 50 says thanks. Oh, Gigi says she's driving. Okay, and Scratching Queen, my email is scratching. Okay, great. So, Vernice, if you can go ahead and drop your email in the link, I'd appreciate that. And 50, if you would drop yours in there. And that way when I order the book, because I do want you to be able to go into Amazon and rate me 1 to 5 stars. And I'm hoping it ain't a 1. I'm just kidding. But anyways, I have a couple of ratings already in there. You'll get to see some of the people that did go in and comment. I think when I checked, I was like a 4 or 5 star, somewhere in the middle or something like that. Okay. But yeah, give me your email so I can order the books and get them out to you. I appreciate you all so much. Like I said, I was getting a little nervous because I was excited. You know, each night I come in, I'm just excited to share the story, you know, and see how you all enjoy it. And then I had a full, it looks like 30 minutes of technical difficulties. And to see that you all was still waiting right there. Yes, I have Instagram. What is my Instagram? Oh, good gracious. Vernice, you put me on the spot. I think it's Deb. I don't want to give you the wrong one. _ sGladTidings, something like that. I gotta memorize it, but Yeah, I am on Instagram, and but like I said, so okay, so I got Scratching Queen's email, I got Vernon's email, and I got 50. Thank you all so much. Scratching Queen, maybe say Vernus. You told Vernus I wanted to email. Maybe Vernus want to have some side conversation through IG while you laughing at her, Scratching Queen. But yeah, I get excited. You know, it's like from day one. Here we are with 6 days of the story time, and it seems like to me every round gets higher and higher, and each time I get more excited about it. So much so till I think I get this adrenaline rush, because I was saying, because before we had story time tonight, even though I rested all day, I think I didn't actually get up out of the bed until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I just felt so drained, so drained, and I said, well, I decided I'm gonna take tomorrow off. You know, so tomorrow we won't have story time, unfortunately, because I do need to step away from it for you. In fact, I'm gonna just step away from YouTube altogether. Scratching Queen, yes, I can tell that you really are excited about your craft. And I'm just gonna step away tomorrow from YouTube altogether. I'm not writing any stories. I'm not viewing any people's content. Gigi, you need to get your rest. Yes, Gigi, I do need to get some rest, because you know next week I gotta go back into chemo. So that's, I need to build myself up as much as I can before Thursday. So I at least need to take tomorrow to just step away from it. So I'm not gonna view any videos, anybody's content, any of that stuff. I'm just gonna take a break from YouTube and everything else on tomorrow, and then I'll resume with story time hopefully on Monday. And I know Monday's a holiday, and I don't know if people are cooking out or whatever it is that, you know, they do on holidays. Or I don't know if people are gonna do that because it's so cold out and stuff. You know, and see where I'm from, they have barbecues year round because it's always hot year round. So yeah, thanks 50. 50 says, yeah, take it easy. Yeah, I will do it. And if you all came in and you didn't give the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up button, please do. Furnace says, yes, self-care is important. Oh, for sure, for sure. Gigi says, come celebrate with me Monday. You gonna cook, Gigi? You gonna make some more of them ribs? If you make me some more of those ribs, I'll come over by you and celebrate with you on Monday, Gigi. Oh, you don't want to talk about them ribs, huh? But anyways, yeah, so where I'm from, we barbecue year round because it's always hot. But that's not the case where I live now. You know, and today it was cold and rainy and icky. You know, but yeah, I'm always excited, and I'm really having a good time with it, and I'm glad that you all are having a good time with it. And you know, I was especially honored even yesterday because Sawani's Creative Circle, she came into story time and she was on her way out to hang out with some of her friends, and she was like, Deborah, I'm driving, I'm headed out with some friends, I'm driving and I'm going to drop my granddaughter off. But in the midst of all that she had going on, she thought enough to come into story time on her way out. I was like so honored, you know, that she would do that in the midst of her going out. You know, Gigi says, I want to do a premiere to celebrate my 700 subscribers. Oh, okay. Gigi, you trying to include me in that premiere? Is that why you throwing that up on the screen? Or you just throwing that out to everybody in general? I'm just trying to figure out what to prepare myself for, and to figure out if it includes me, if that's what you trying to tell me. So when I come get them ribs on Monday, that you're gonna make me earn those ribs. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Gigi? But anyways, if you feel up to it. Okay, well, see, in that case, Gigi, I need to know what sides I'm gonna get to go with them ribs. You know how I am about them sides. You know I can't just. I'm not just a meat person. You know, I gotta have my vegetables and sides to go along with it. You gotta make it worth it for me, Gigi. You got me at the ribs, but come on, add the icing on the cake and let me know. You will cook ribs just for me. I'm doing my first seafood boil. Oh, you doing a seafood boil? Oh, okay. All right. I still want them ribs though, but I can help you with your premiere if you're doing the seafood boil. I can work with that. That's right, Scratching Queen. Sides make it complete for me. Every meal, I always, my friends like, you always gotta have sides. Yeah, I gotta have some sides. Give me some sides, and I love my vegetables. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I am not going to prolong the night, you guys. Like I said, I really had fun with the story, and what's that? 50 Plus says, okay guys, it's my bedtime. Everyone be blessed, and I will see you on the YouTube streets tomorrow. God bless. Scratching Queen says, okay, 50. Yeah, 50, and I appreciate you coming out, because I was thinking about that too, because a lot of times I'm usually trying to get in bed around this time. But good night, 50. But yes, you all, I'm not going to prolong it as well, because it's already 11:22, and I plan to at least go to church tomorrow. I'm not going to do the YouTube stuff, but I do want to be in the house of the Lord in the morning. And one thing I cannot stand is to be nodding in church, sleepy, while the word is going forth. So I appreciate you all. Okay, good night, Gigi. I'll talk with you sometime tomorrow. But yeah, so anyways, I appreciate you all. Thanks for coming by. I'm glad you all, okay, Vernon, good night. Pray for you. Okay. I'm glad you all came by, and always remember, may his peace be with you until we meet again. And I have a will to live, and prayers are going up. I pray for you. You pray for me. We pray for one another. I love you all. Good night.